All right. What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another edition of our Stay at Home Open Mic. My name is Richie Maruf, and I'll be your host. We are presented by the Barbed Wire Open Mic series right here. Kaboom! Check that out. Check that beauty. This is the Stay at Home Open Mic, and of course, I do want to thank you guys for tuning in. If you are tuning in from YouTube, whether it be live or at some point later in the future, leave a comment. Let us know that you are listening, that you're watching. And since isn't necessarily like a live show where there's a crowd, you guys are our crowd, and so your feedback, especially if you're watching later in the future, I can't be like, all right, everyone make some noise, and it's harder to make some noise. Click, 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 like button, thumbs up, flame emoji. That's cool. That's what we're gonna have to do. So show me those flame emojis. Show me those microphone emojis. Show your love. Throw down those hearts. If there's a line that resonates with you, that reverberates into your very bones, let us know. You guys are our feedback. You guys, we're nothing without our community, without our performers, but also we're nothing without the viewers, you guys. So please, say hi, live chat. If you guys are on the live chat right now, definitely check that out. I also encourage you guys to like the video. I know that's the cliche thing, but that helps more people see it. You know what I'm saying? So like it and definitely share it. If you have someone who likes poetry, who just likes performing arts, creativity, music, expression, definitely share it with that person because this is every Monday, and I want to invite you guys personally to come join us in our community of creatives. So, um, it's going to be super fun today. Joining today, as always, I'm always excited. Mondays have typically been like everyone's least favorite day. So I'd like to say our stay at home open mic is reclaiming Mondays and turning into something powerful, a nice way to start the week. And especially, because of this pandemic, a lot of us are missing out on so much of our, what we've been doing normally. And, our silver lining, we're based out of El Paso, Texas, but our silver lining is we're able to connect with people from all over the place. And I'm really excited about that. In fact, we're going to go ahead and start with our friend in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania right now. That's right. We're going to start off with some music. Let's go ahead and welcome our first performer. And you guys can unmute to make some noise to welcome them here on the stage. Let's go and welcome Leslie to the stage. Leslie Becker.
Woo!
Take it away.
Oh, crap.
Hi, everybody. Tonight I have for you a Spanish piece called Requiebros. It was written in 1934 by a Catalan cellist named Gaspar Casado. And I found the accompaniment, the piano accompaniment online. So somebody named Victor Garcia was kind enough to record this and upload it on YouTube. So thank you, Victor, whoever and wherever you are. I'm using his accompaniment today. So here we go.
Well, I did not want that to stop. So, what's the name of that piece again?
Requiebros.
That's awesome. We'll have to type that in the chat too, so we can share on YouTube. You have another one, right?
That was all I had, but
I'm sure that's not true, but that's all you had prepared today. That's also cool. How can some of us connect with you and find your stuff online to listen to more of that beautiful cello?
You can find me on Facebook, Leslie Becker. You can find me in the Latin Chamber Orchestra Camerata 33 in Pittsburgh on YouTube, and also on YouTube the COVID Cello Project, which is a worldwide collaboration of cellists digitally. So that's all I got right now.
Hold on, I was unmuted, but I was being like incredulous right now. What do you mean that's all you got? That was like everything. That was beautiful. That was amazing. Yo, guys, unmute, make some noise, show some love to Leslie.
No, Richie, I was crying so hard they kicked me out of the Waffle House.
You know, wouldn't have been the weirdest thing to be seen at a Waffle House.
There are other people who cry on their waffles and get away with it, but not me.
Like a little salty with your taste there. That's cool, man. Yeah, that was there. That was very moving, very touching. I did like a lot of the musical movement going on, and very inspiring. I always love our musicians that come through, and it's a great way to start this whole thing. As I mentioned, this is a multidisciplinary. You know, it's a mic open for anything. So if you guys sing, do poetry, songwriting, we definitely encourage you guys to sign up and perform. So if you're a little shy, you know, maybe you can check it out this week, and next week join us, or the week after that. Whenever you're ready, we are here for you. and we're all really supportive, I'd like to think. And we're gonna go ahead and switch into some poetry. We got I would say one of our powerhouse poets. I'm always looking for what he has to write and what he has to share. And this might be the earliest you've gone, but we have Denise Signs in the house. Denise, how you doing?
Thank you. Thank you so much for your kind words. I really appreciate it. I am doing good. I have two new poems. I'm going to go ahead and start with the first one's. So both of these poems have a lot to do with my mental health, and I'm kind of working through it. I'm doing a lot of shadow work, so bear with me, guys. First one's called In Bed. I hate the feeling of being stuck to the bed, waiting for action, anticipating their attention. I hate the feeling of being in bed, where all I've done is work and all I want is to play. I hate being seen on my bed or in the kitchen. It's the same repetitive scene from adolescence throughout my throughout my adulthood. Except I wasn't in bed when I took the drugs that got me in the clubs, dinner with friends, and dates with fine men. I hate the feeling of being stuck, doing so much, seeing no progress. I want to leave my bed, dance my insecurities away as my desires sway against the beat, the heat. My feet on your shoulders as we fuck where we eat. I don't want to lay on my bed. I want to be pressed against the wall of an alley, a hallway, the back seat of a car, anywhere but the bed. We simply can't be bothered with waiting, pushing panties aside, digging through wet lips, squeezing stiff nips, smearing the pearl drop on erect tips, nowhere near the bed. My head lays as yours discovers wet folds with your wet mouth, wet chin, wet cheeks. Devour the feeling of being stuck in bed, dry as a bone, dead as a nail, wasting by waiting. So that was the first one. This next one is a little bit more personal. This one's just called Ramblings because it's just a ramble. How much of it is just in my head? I can get lost in there, making up scenarios. They're not for pretend, just how I feel. I can tell what others think, what they feel, as if the world revolves around me. And surely they just like who they meet or who they see. I'm just a victim behaving as if the world owed me for my fall. Every time I fell, surely it was a crack in the pavement. The earth had moved. It couldn't be me. I'm just clumsy. I don't pay attention. I get lost in the world that's inside my head, a parallel world where I can hear thoughts and everyone hates me, a victim of the daydream and vibe. I let myself believe that the world revolves around me and they see what I see. I relive the bad, remember the moments where I have fallen on my face, broken a tooth, and came back up to the reality of my fallacies. My thoughts have kept racing. If they slow down, I can drown in the wake of pain that I have felt. When my mind swerves, then I observe the way I could have done better before instead of jumping to conclusions because I can't stop thinking. I'll escape to the place in my dreams where I'm roaming the streets in search of something, shelter, some love, a fix, an answer, some fun. Crash landing back in a place where the walls are bare, the surfaces are cluttered, the blinds are bent, dangling above dusty windows. I'm sure I can find the time to wipe it all down, but then when could I get lost in the thought of what could have been if I would have spoken out, or even if I could have just shut my mouth? So I begin to make plans for the small chance I may get to say what I wanted or take back what I said until I'm nudged back to finish my work as quickly as possible. So I can go back to regret because this feeling is so familiar. Without it, my mind will begin to shake. Anxiety taking hold of my heart. It will leap outside of me. How much is this just in my head? Am I making it all up as I go, having interactions that only happen to me and all parties involved won't admit it happened? Because I can't be the one that's weaving these tales, and I know what I feel, I know what I thought, but I keep believing the world revolves around me. If I stop to think, I'll see the disappointment on their face. I just couldn't deal. I have to formulate a plan to get them to only see me as grand, but if I stop to think, I know they see that I'm not even myself, just a shadow of what I'd like people to think of me. Even in my head, I'm who I wish I was. If I try to think who I really am, I am met with everything I am not. I am not organized. My time management revolves around around when I want to do it and when I have to do it. I have no people skills, no filter when I speak. If I don't like you, I'll tell you, but I get so offended at any hint that I may not be liked. It matters what people think because I'm so caught up in the web of lies I have spinned inside my head that the person I am is so far removed from the person I want to be. If you could only like me, be inspired by me, love me, want me, then maybe I'm not as bad as I thought. I measure my self-worth through my self-doubt and through the opinions of people that don't have to wake up in my skin, put on my shoes, walk the miles I have tripped through. Maybe it's all in my head. Maybe I'm always in my head, caged up with the thoughts of being unworthy and translucent. Everyone can see my faults no matter how many times I rearrange the clutter of my heart. My selfishness, conceitedness, narcissistic tendencies hidden behind cellophane. Mr. Cellophane, you can see right through me, walk right by me, and I wouldn't be able to notice because I'm locked inside my head. Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Did you have another one?
Um,
I wasn't sure. I'm like pushing everyone. Like, do you have more? I'm really enjoying them.
I mean, I guess I could do my favorite one. I could do PIP if you guys want, if you want to hear it.
Nice. Yeah, that's like at this point like the classic, right? And I even shared that on the BWOMS page.
That was the first one that I did, and I really like it. Okay.
Do it. Yeah, go for it.
Thank
Special
you.
request.
So this is PIP. Pocha, India, puta. 3 words used to define me. I'm a centerpiece, pretty for a dark-skinned girl. Ooh, say that in Spanish, girl. I was too dark to enjoy the sun, not thin enough to be beautiful, too strong-willed to be loved by mother. I was spoon-fed misogynistic ideologies, God, the church, the men in my family, all came first, in and outside of me. I'm a pocha, one European language replacing the other. I cut my mother tongue, lost my accent and my patria. Soy India sucia, because the brown won't scrub off when I wash. I cut off the bump on my nose just to spite them. It hurts. Not because India is an insult, but because people think it is. I'm a puta. Mother has always said I was, blamed for the advances of adult men in my youth. Promiscuity gave me control of what others took freely. Gastada. Fruit too bruised to eat. I love myself. 3 words I say proudly. 3 words I wish I could have learned sooner. 3 words I wear like armor against adversity. Okay, that's all.
Awesome. Yes. And that is not all. That's like everything. I'm gonna keep saying that's not all. That is everything. So Denise, how can we follow you, support your work online, all that good stuff?
Well, I finally got back on Facebook. You guys can find me with my name, Denise Science, DeniseSaenz, and on Instagram, it's just Denye, DEENYE_science, like the school subject.
Perfect. Yes. And as always, much appreciated your presence here. And yeah, come back next week.
I will.
Awesome poems. In fact, next week I am encouraging you guys, if you're listening right now, if you're watching this, sign up and bring your favorite piece of any kind, and share it. It could be something that you've written, your favorite performance piece, maybe a favorite cover piece. And we're gonna be focusing on a couple different things. It is we're gonna have a guest host. We're gonna bring back the poet Conor Asfaya as a special guest host. Really excited about that. We're also gonna invite you guys to present pieces on gratitude. That if you want to write something new, or as I mentioned, instead of doing like a potluck, since this is online, we'll do a poetry potluck and just kind of bring your favorite pieces to dish out for us. You know what I'm saying? So be on the lookout for the sign-up sheet. It goes up as early as Wednesdays. Sometimes I slacken and it goes up on the weekends, but no one really signs up till the weekend anyway. But if you do want to look for it, you can find it on our social media. Just follow the Barbed Wire Open Mic series right there on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I share that link. And what you do is you just put your name, what you'll be performing, and when it goes through, it goes through. So yeah, it's cool. We got a bunch of people today though that I want you to hear, and of course support. So once again, drop in comments if you're listening right now. Let us know where you're listening from. Like I said, we're based out of El Paso, but this is online. So if you guys have anything you'd like to share, put that on the chat. Like if a line hits you, rewrite your favorite line. That way so we can go back and know what you guys were appreciating. All right, we're gonna go ahead and continue looking at the list, and we're gonna go ahead and go back to the East Coast for just a moment. We're joining us from Brunswick, Maine, not Thailand. I guess he moved back. We have in Generalissimo Brian Franco. How are you doing today, my friend?
Well, I'm doing fine because this Denise is a powerhouse. I am so happy to have heard her poetry. I'm so glad I didn't just come do my piece and fall and go to bed. Because that is why we come here, is for people like Denise. Wow, I'm just taken by everything you did, Denise. So thank you. Let me do 3 pieces for you. And they're all relatively new. Let's see what we got for you first.
New shit.
Yeah, a piece I did in a workshop last Wednesday called Line Breaks and Bronx Beats, and it's a New York workshop. I'll put the information in the chat a little later. This piece is called Whirlwind. When a romance starts as a whirlwind, a kaleidoscope of autumn leaves can rise into firmament, forming airborne eddies, creating previously non-existent rainbows. All winds eventually die down. All hurricanes have eyes that exist in total calm while surrounded by unbridled chaos. Once they make landfall, they slow but will incite flooding until their demise. People in love will inevitably discover aftermath debris from lovers' past storms. More than often, that debris shapes the quirks and idiosyncrasies they fall in love with. Such invisible scars that should be ugly instead shine like diamonds inside lumps of coals, waiting for the right person to understand that because we are willing to get a little coal dust under our fingernails when scratching our way out of the whirlwind into a future, it is the previous storms we have weathered that have formed our ability to love more thoughtfully. Thank you. The next 2 pieces I actually did this morning in a British workshop. That was like at 4:30 in the morning, don't ask. So this is called What Smells So Bad. There is an odor in the air. It just decided to creep into the atmosphere. It could be a sensory memory trying to trick my brain and ruin my day. I remember the first time I tried moonshine. It didn't smell like any commercially made liquor. It was farty smelling, like rotted, fermented, high sugar content sweet corn someone put into an apple crumble that made the venerable dessert smell like farts rather than apples and cinnamon. Or when a skunk took refuge under a friend's deck and continually sprayed its territory. It reminded me of when my family would drive to Montgomery to visit my Meemaw. We'd pass the Chickasaw exit, which had multiple paint factories. My dad would always say, "It smells like someone made some polecats angry." When that polecat decided to make a home for himself under my friend's deck in Maine, it definitely smelled like a Chickasaw, Alabama paint factory, which in its own way smelled a bit like a more odorous, farty smelling moonshine. Thank you. And then the next piece is just called Thumbs Up What? Another problem with texting being a highly impersonal form of communication is how to end a textersation, a word that should have never been coined for the sanity/sanctity of a better society. The thumbs up Facebook icon/emoji has become a tool of positive reinforcement validation, last wordism, a way to falsely say, "way to go," or "attaboy," when you actually want to scream, "I'm bored out of my balls with this conversation," which is technically not a conversation because you're texting. I have noticed the ubiquitous thumbs up looks a bit like an evil insertion torture mechanism from a Middle Ages dungeon, maybe an armored glove used on sexual miscreants. I wonder if whomever designed the image created it due to a secret kinky desire to stick his thumb up random buttholes. Thank you.
Yeah.
If that offended you.
What an ending. Yeah, man, free expression zone, you gotta spit some important stuff. I saw this one on Facebook and I feel excited, got the leg up. And so if people want to follow you online and get the leg up and see the poems in advance before you read them, how can we do that?
That is Brian Ira Franco on Facebook, GNRLSMO on Instagram. And I hate the thumbs up icon. I find it patronizing and insulting anytime. I know that not everybody understands that it is that way, but it's just it's kind of just a lazy thing in my book, It's a way to not have a conversation and just do that, And it does look like it's a torture device. I'm sorry.
Yeah, for me, like only laugh, heart react. I mean, only heart reacts or laugh is what I'll accept, or the care one. I'm just kidding. Yeah, it is kind of a cop out, I guess, from like genuine conversation. So I'm gonna keep that in mind and never like any of your posts again. Okay.
Oh,
And
you
definitely
you can
comment
you
on
can
them.
like you can like it and put a smiley face, but I don't know. Sometimes the thumbs up just I don't know why.
So that's a heads up on the thumbs up. Gotcha. Thank you,
Thank you, sir.
Brian. And
But
Alissimo coming to you.
gracias, Rufo.
Appreciate you, man. Thanks for coming to you from the virtual Waffle House parking lot after you've been kicked out already, right?
You know, the closest Waffle House to me is 416 miles away in Scranton, Pennsylvania. That's a whole lot of gasoline just to get pecan waffles. I don't know if I can do that.
Right on, interesting. I don't even know how far. And do we have any Waffle Houses around here? No, we don't.
They aren't in Texas?
I'm sure not in El Paso. Is there?
Really?
Somebody correct me.
I'm gonna look it
not in El
up. There's
Paso.
some in Dallas, but
Yeah.
we're in IHOP City.
Yeah, I feel like I'm not missing out. I don't know. But
IHOP is icky.
All right, we got a next topic coming up pretty soon. Yeah, I guess the closest one is closest. I don't know, proximity in Texas, Dallas, Fort Worth, but I would not say close in proximity. There's probably closer, right, in New Mexico. Anyway, yo, that was an enlightening conversation. What's your favorite late night breakfast spot to get that greasy spoon stuff? All right, yeah, leave that in the comments below if you guys are watching right now on Facebook or on YouTube. Let's go ahead and continue though, guys. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna go international. Check this. We're going to go to South Korea right now. That's right. International open mic. We're going to go ahead and bring up my good friend, Luis Gamberos, back again. It's always a treat when you can because you can't do this all the time. And it's midday for you. How you doing today, man?
Yeah.
Welcome.
Hello.
Hey,
Richie.
welcome. It's about noon for you over there?
Yeah, it's actually 1 p.m. We're here.
Oh, it's 1. Okay, nice, man. So you got a couple songs for us today?
Oh yes. As usual, I'm gonna sing a couple of covers. This first one is by Iron and Wine. It's called Autumn Town Leaves.
Sweet.
Let me
Yeah.
see.
Awesome. Well, we're going to go ahead and kick back and listen to your smooth music. And yeah, guys, this is Luis Gamberos joining us from South Korea. Much love. Go and do your thing, man.
In this autumn town where the leaves could fall on either side of the garden wall, we laugh all night to keep the embers glowing. Some are leaping free from their moving cars, stacking stones round their broken hearts, waving down any wind that might come blowing. And mice move out when the field is cut, and serpents curl when the sun comes up, and songbirds only end up where they're going. Some get rain, some get snow. Some want love and some want gold. And I just wanna see you in the morning. And dogs lay down in the evening heat. Fish to us when they leave the sea. Songbirds only end up where they're going. In this autumn town where the lights can change, some get mercy and some get blamed. Some get lost when they feel the river flowing. It's a holy smoke and the flame dies fast. We hold our hats while the days fly past. Cold wind comes and we wait, but it keeps going. And Father, Sons, and Holy Ghost all come back or they all come close. Songbirds only end up where they're going. Some get hard and some go home. Some want flesh and some want bone. I just wanna see you in the morning. Yeah, I just wanna see you in the morning.
Yeah, awesome. And you got the cameo.
Oh, I got Ariel over here. This next song is an original. It's called Sun. I'll make a face to settle my nerve, knot up my laces and head off to work. Marking down prices, what cost becomes known. Is it worth it? We'll know. One day we'll know. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do. I'll catch a bus, catch a ride, catch a cold. Through repetition, it all becomes old. Days upon weeks, hands upon hips. I won't go softly, but I'll soften my grip. The sun doesn't wait. Oh, it's on its way. What did somebody say? Somebody say. I'll make a face to settle my nerve. Well, knot up my laces and head off to work. Marking down prices where cost becomes known. Is it worth it? We'll know. One day we'll know.
Sweet, man.
Yeah.
Love that one. Here's OG, original. Whoops. I also got a comment really quick for people who are watching. You are playing you're a lefty guitar player playing a right-handed guitar. Or did you finally get a lefty guitar?
No, I don't. I think it's already too late in the game to try to learn how to play left-handed guitar.
Yeah. I don't know, that's one of my favorite parts is like you just learned how to play with the guitar you had. So Yeah, he's a lefty playing a right-handed guitar, left-handed style. So that's cool to me, man.
Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, growing up poor, yeah. Just I don't know how to figure out something. But yeah, oh, want to say, Rich, thanks for having me, as always.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. I was expecting another one. Sorry, I was doing a little
Oh crap! All right.
thing where you thought of a last one.
Yeah, sure. Let me see. Me gusta el sol, Alicia y las palomas, el buen cigarro, la guitarra española, saltar paredes y abrir las ventanas. Y cuando llora una mujer, no soy de aquí, ni soy de allá, ni tengo edad, ni porvenir. Y ser feliz es mi color de identidad. Me gusta el vino tanto como las flores y los conejos y los viejos pastores, el pan casero y la voz de Dolores, y en el mar mojándome los pies. No soy de aquí, ni soy de allá, ni tengo edad, ni porvenir. Y ser feliz es mi color de identidad. Me gusta estar tirado siempre en la arena, en bicicleta perseguir a Manuela, todo el tiempo para ver las estrellas, con la María en el trigal. No soy de aquí, ni soy de allá, ni tengo edad, ni porvenir. Y ser feliz es mi color de identidad. No soy de aquí, ni soy de allá, ni tengo edad, ni porvenir. Y ser feliz es mi color de identidad.
Awesome, man. Yes, I'm doing my bad habit where I'm like, yeah, play another one. I've done that to every single person so far.
Oh.
But really quick, man, how can people support you or follow your work online, your music, and listen to more of it?
Oh, yeah, my name's Luis Camberos. Honestly, if you just message me on Facebook or Instagram, just say, hey, I want a couple of your songs, I'll just send them to you for free.
It's awesome,
if I can
man.
find them.
Yeah, I gotta find them. Yeah, Luis, man, you've always been like a really good friend since you've been here in El Paso, and I definitely have missed your presence. I know when we were doing live open mics, one of the things that I've always, I always love your sets, so soothing, and I always hate that I can't go back and listen to it again afterwards. But now it's gonna be on YouTube. I can. So that's kind of a plus. And in fact, I do want to take this opportunity to show some love to Kit. Kit's going to be reading some work later, but every week Kit goes and adds timestamps. So if you go back to past episodes, if you go to the comments, you'll see Kit's comment. You can go back and just replay. Definitely go replay the show if you ever have some time, and definitely check out Luis online. Much love. Thank you for your time that you're able to make it today. I know it's a little maybe easier during the day for you over there, but either way, I appreciate it. And we collaborated on a couple songs. I'll share a link on here and on YouTube so you guys can check it out if you haven't had a
Can I
chance
ask a
to
question real quick?
yet. Yes.
Was that last song in Spanish yours?
No. That one's a cover.
But it was so it was so beautiful. I mean, everything was beautiful, and your piece was so well written and lovely. I mean, I just feel like I want to just have a really long dinner listening to your music. It's just
Yes, it was so
Right?
beautiful. I love
wonderful,
it, Luis.
Thank you.
If they played your music during Thanksgiving dinner, no one would ever argue.
Right. It's like everyone shut up. I'm gonna put on Luis, okay? Stop. Luis is going on the radio.
Make me blush.
Yeah, we'll put together the playlist for you. Definitely. Thanks again, brother. And say hi to the family.
Well, we'll do. Ariel says hi. Say hi.
Hi, Ariel.
I'm here. Yeah,
Yeah.
man. Thanks for having me.
Cool, man. Enjoy the rest of your day.
You too.
Yeah.
I'll be on.
All right. We'll share the links too that we need. All right. So we're gonna go and keep going though. Our next performer is the host of the weekly podcast, Poets and Muses. That's right. Check that out because it's cool to kind of dive into to interview an artist and see what inspires them. What is the muse? And so I'm always grateful when they can come by. We have Imogen A-Rate in the house. Imogen, how are you today?
I am so tired, but this is wonderful. I really love coming here. It's nice to end the day with this. So I appreciate you. I appreciate you doing this. And I appreciate the fact that I can join you for this. So let me I'm gonna read 3 poems. The first one is probably the longest, is called, which is not that long, The Slow Ascent. Victory is making its slow way to you, the car coyly revealed, watching me fidget uncomfortably like a 5-year-old who has just been told he can have a piece of candy, yay, in 20 minutes, an eternity. So I envisioned a trip through the desert, a calm meander on a one-hump camel, rest stops at unexpected many oases, counting stars by the billions, while nestling a turbaned head by my kneeling dromedary friend. For the sake of the journey, pay no mind to destination. Meanwhile, my pockets empty turn to tatters before dust, joining the sand and chilling at night. And I like to feel a bit less grainy, experience some companionship of the non-hoofed variety, all bring me to civil society that prefers gold to my ingenuity, and I with no pockets, only holding lightning in thoughts, adventures and wrinkles, and air on lips thirsting for quenching of curiosity, must pass through with only slight pauses, seeking the next sandy seas, friendly toward this itinerant. So that's one. Sorry, having a hard time finding stuff. The second one, oops. The second one is called Reflections Under the Lulling Rhythm of a Dickinson Reading. The burn of a whizzing bullet, the sting from a scorpion's tail, the mirth of realization that time was taken for retaliation after silence stunned the pride of one seeking to please, though it cannot be broken, as vows exchanged bound the bystander as the partaker. Love's demand for monogamy, like a tyrant's rant for loyalty, persists to gnaw the straying limb of thought, though subverted to brush stealthy like a guilty breeze, still reaching in dainty fingers, hoping to steal sweet crumbs of delight unnoticed. And the next one is called Long Awaited. This I just wrote. So, when the day comes, news anchors will imbibe on air. Doves will flock to beat their wings to the rhythm of bells. Clocks will spontaneously chime to the relief of nerves wound too tight over 1461 crawling days, caked to congeal in mud slung by the barrel. Strangers will entangle their gaze as momentary lovers embrace, compelled by ecstasy that words from celebrated bards will fail to capture.
Oof, yeah. All right, Imogen.
Thank you.
Awesome.
So the last one was just published in the New Verse News, which is an online publication that that publishes poems written in reaction to the news. And so I wrote that last one when the news came, when the news channels finally call Arizona for Biden.
All right. Oh yeah. Congrats on that publication. And once again, your podcast, Poets and Muses, a weekly chat. That's really cool. If you guys haven't had a chance to check it out, I definitely encourage it. And since you're the host and you're here on the show, I have to ask, what is the muse for you?
All kinds of things, people, interactions I come across, lots of news items. I do write a lot in reaction to news. I really need a favor from you all. I would really appreciate it if you can do me a favor, and I'm going to put the link in the chat and also on the YouTube channel. So the second poem I read with the latest poet that I interviewed. Her name is Mason Nasser. She's a Syrian Yemeni poet, excuse me. And we have this panel proposal for South by Southwest that is open to voting right now. So I would really, really appreciate it if you can vote for us. Please vote for us. So I'm going to put the link, which is to the Poets and Muses website, but it has both links because it's two panels. It has both links to those voting thingamajigs. So please vote for us. You do have to register, but it should be a quick registration process. So I'll put that in the chat. And thank you so much. And you have until the 20th, which is what, Thursday? Something like that. So Texans, I'm calling all your Texans and the non-Texans, just vote. You can be anywhere, from anywhere.
Yeah, right on. Absolutely. I'll do that. So
Thank
be
you.
on the lookout for that link. I'm sorry, did I cut you off?
No, you did not. Thank you so much.
Cool. All right. As always, thanks for coming on, and God, I love your imagery so much. I learned a little bit from all of you guys, just listening, and it's a real joy to kind of have the seat of the host and viewer, where I just get to hear everyone, and I think I've been doing this for a good while, hosting. I think I saw a post from like 2012, 2011 when I hosted for the very first time, and I'm still doing it, and a lot of it is just because being a host is like the front row seat to like all this talent. Obviously now online we all kind of have that experience through the screen, but it's still nice. So thank you, Imogen. if you guys are on Facebook, on YouTube, check out that link and definitely support. If you have a chance. Okay,
Are
cool.
you sure you're not unlearning?
Oh, I'm always unlearning. It's a little bit of each. It's a whirlwind each day. As much as I'm
You're like,
learning,
oh
there's
shit, I'm
also
not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that.
there's also a lot of unlearning to be done. Absolutely. I think, yeah, no, the culture, we can get into it. This is like an after party discussion. Absolutely. If you guys are watching right now, we usually have a little after party where we just kick it and talk about anything and everything more than just the weather, right? Or just, whatever you want to talk about. But yeah, definitely. Thanks for bringing that up. We'll hear a little bit from Mr. Tesosamok later. But right now we're going to go back to the East Coast, to Florida. That's right. You guys might have an idea. Our friend Domo Beth is next, and she is going to, as always, bring the house down with some good energy. We've got some poetry and some music. Domo, how you doing today?
All right. Hi. I'm doing something. I'm doing something with my life eventually. Hopefully. Yeah.
All right. Well, go for it. Take it away.
Okay. So today I didn't have the greatest day ever, and I'm not gonna lie about it. I was sleeping off the bed, and I got a text from Patty, said, "Get your behind in this open mic night, girl." So I'm here, and I already RSVP'd, so that helped. I want to do a poem and a song. And okay, I don't know if I've done this poem here, but even if I did, hopefully you guys like it again. It's called Her Conversations. The way it loved her, like the earth loves the sun, the way the moon loved the stars, the way corpses love to rot. She's got maggots forming at her seams, splitting in two at the sight of them becoming one. Her cries comfort me through hollow floorboards. The sore signs of struggle upstairs was my cryptic conformity. Is it normal to close ears and eyes to screams and scratches at your door? Because that's none of my business, right? Up 13 steps lay hardship in its mistress's sheets. It found home in her eager cries and relentless reaches too far for help. Deafened sounds under blasted stereos and the loudest snacks within a 15-feet radius because leaving was worse than staying. Praying her cries would silence and sleep could be mustered through blind-eyed oblivion. Just pretend it's a horror movie being recited at full vocal ability in hopes of auditioning for this year's community play. On repeat, as feet steps turn into stomps and grunts turn into shouts, their arguments were a record of 13 reasons why and just because seemed to be the numbers 2 through 12. Hell was my neighbor's nightly field trip. She let it become her master. Slaving all day was no longer a metaphor. Her core was locked in chains, and losing herself was more than just a side effect. Her freedom was relinquished the day she signed up with the first hit, the first of a long reaction. Her transactions had become a reality of life or death. Her neck was noosed, and he held the ability for her hands to move. I will never forget walking up those stairs, realizing there was a person never there. Her battles were with shadows, from pitch of bottles onto whitewashed walls. She had scars, and self-inflicted it seemed. Was it streams of sweat or tears? Her fears showed vivid as she chased help away, and I rushed back into my hole in the building. I'll never forget the day Master got locked up. It was as if Stockholm Syndrome had got trapped in her bones, as if the door was shut and he still held the key. Psyched her out, she forgot she was free, a separate entity from the drug of her choice. Her voice cracked as she screamed, dreaming of his return. Her throat burned with desire, calling herself slut for hire. She needed bail money. Another lick of the honey that so graciously tossed her about, made her laugh at static on TV, made her cry about all her hopes and dreams. She wondered where her life had gone, and I listened closely to her conversations. And that's that. And a song, as promised. Let's do it.
Yeah. Remember last week how we figured out the whole audio thing?
Oh, yeah. Totally. I turn on original sound now.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Where did I put my pick? Okay, here goes. Hopefully it sounds all right. I haven't done this song in a little minute, practice-wise. Sorry about that. Alright, come close. Let me show you everything I know. The jungle slang spinning round my head and I stare. Why my naked fool, fresh out of an icky gooey wound. Oh, woozy you goes into her silky smooth perfume. Rock my little boo-bear, wanna take a chance, wanna sip the smooth air, kick it in the sand. I said, I told you so, but you just gonna cry. You just wanna know those peanut butter vibes. I'm my simple sir, this ain't gonna work. My witty words and tipsy-topsy slur. I can't take this place, no, I can't take this place. I just wanna know where I can get some space. Truth be told, I've been here, I've done it all before. I take your hand, I curl it up and puff it into cubes. Got my little boo-bear, wanna take a chance, wanna sip the smooth air, kick it in the sand. I told you so, you just gonna cry. You just wanna know those peanut butter vibes. I'm not simple, sir, this ain't gonna work. My witty words and tipsy-topsy slur. I can't take this place, no, I can't take this place. I just wanna go where I can get some space. Hold my hand and float back to the summertime. Tangled in the willows, now our toes are tied. How can I believe you? How can I be nice? Trip around the tree stumps in your summer smile. Ride my little boo-bear, wanna take a chance, wanna sip the smooth air, kick it in the sand. That's have told you so, but you just gonna cry. You just wanna know those peanut butter vibes. My simple sir, this ain't gonna work. My wicked words and tipsy-topsy slur. I can't take this place, no, I can't take this place. I just wanna go where I can get some space.
Lovely. Yo, everyone unmute and make some noise for Domo right now. Goodness.
Hell yeah, dude. That was awesome.
Somebody's wrestling with their mic there.
Thank you.
So, Domo, last time at the after party we were doing some karaoke, some.
Oh yeah, that thing was fun.
It was super cool. I got one for today in case anyone wants to do it again. But really quick, you have like 3 Instagram accounts.
Oh,
and we
yeah.
want to support and follow you on all of them. If you haven't already, you should. You can hit her up there. Oh, check that out.
You saw that effect?
Yeah, that's a great transition. way better than a PowerPoint slide transition. Hold on, one more time. I gotta get that Cash App.
Oh
shout
yeah,
out really
Cash
quick.
App.
Yeah.
It's just my
That
name.
too, yo, cat. Yeah, dollar. Get the Domo Beth. If you guys loved it, maybe send a little cash her way. What you can. Just
You
throw
don't
a
got
little
it.
something
But
something.
thank you.
Yeah, love it, love it. Thank you, Domo.
Thanks, Richie.
Green energy. How's school going?
Oh, I have a midterm at 9:30 in the morning.
Oh, okay. That's all. Nothing. And then of course, you might stay up like, hey, anyway, yo, you'll kill it, yo. I'm sure you always do.
Thank you. I'll try.
All right, thank you for joining us, and definitely stick around as long as you can. But if you got to study, I totally understand if that's what you got to do. Let's go ahead and keep going. We got a good list, guys, and I definitely want to make it. We got a couple Sandys tonight, not just one, but two. That's right. I don't want to hear from both of them. But right now, we're gonna go ahead and we have a promised a show from one of our regulars. He's been making it week after week, and he kind of just comes off the dome, and he does a lot of narration of what he's thinking, which is fun. I like that style. It's just very like stream of conscious. And let's go ahead and welcome Gabriel Hernandez. How you doing, man?
I'm doing well. How about you, man? How you doing?
Excellent. I'm excellent. Happy Monday. You look like you're in the X Files or something right now.
I am, dude. We all are.
I wish I had a button to just play
truth
the
is
music
out
on the
there.
spot. What was that, Mr. Dozen?
All right, guys. So,
The truth is out there.
Oh, it is.
Oh, yeah.
And Gabe's gonna dispense right now. Do your thing, man. My bad. Just
All
go
right,
and
man.
take it away.
No problem, dude. So, today I come with sad news. Today will be my last time here for a while. For some reason, you guys know that I always talk about spirits and stuff like that. So I do feel that there's things that guide you, and something guided me here because I needed to know that I could get people to look at me. I could get people to see me, to hear me. Like I could do that. I have that power, and I did it. Like I'm here, and like I said before, like this is my time. Like I own you guys right here. Which I'm just kidding. Like not in a bad way. I'm just being very over dramatic. So like the whole purpose that when this started, something unique happened to me. Like before that point in time, I could barely play guitar. I could barely I couldn't read music. I didn't like know anything. Like I was very like an apprentice who had been trying to learn for 10 years. Then I heard something, and that something awoken something inside, and it was a story. Like all my time that I've been here with you guys since the first time that I tried it to now, it's all been connected. It's all been part of the story. I'm just telling like things from different points of view. But the thing that hinders me right here is the time and the frequency. So I can't do it here anymore. So I decided I'm gonna do it on YouTube. I'm gonna do sort of a podcast just by myself, talking on my weirdness in like 1 hour intervals and just put it out there. So I don't know. I don't know what I would do here if I came back. Like honestly, I have nothing to read right now. Like this is what happened. Like one day I was just at home, like listening to a song, and then it just something clicked on it, and it was like it opened something, and then like when it opened that something, like something came out, but it wasn't me. It was like something like took over, like literally, like when you see your hands, you're outside, and then like you're not moving them because they're moving in ways that you're not like you're not trained to do. So, and I'm gonna go on that feeling. Like for the first time in my life, I'm gonna embrace the insanity. Like, don't ask for permission, don't apologize. I'm gonna do like whatever I want. You know, people don't like it. Well, I mean, it's not their stuff, and there's nothing wrong with that. I guess I'm just being a dick right now. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Just want to thank all of you guys for this. I might be back, but I don't know when. I mean, I'll listen, but like I won't present anything. And if for whatever reason one day you'll find it, I don't know, it's a story, and the story wrote itself, and it wants to be told. And I'm only like a tool it's using. Like I didn't think about it. Like I didn't went out there to create it. The story just came, and the story took over, and that's the whole thing. And that's why, like I mentioned before, that I'm gonna go back to school is because like I want to learn to express the story. The story brought me here to you guys because I needed to know that I could tell it. I needed to know that I could gather you guys and make you listen, and I did. And now it's ready to go to the next stage. So whatever that means. Again, like the reason that I'm going off on this is because I feel out of control. I feel that it's something else, you know. And the only thing it's happened, it's a story's being created, and I had to be here, talk to you guys, be here, bring you to my little forest and talk. So that was fun. So I have 2 minutes left, so I'm just gonna jam, I guess. It's always when I play, it's a conversation. Like right here, this is me, and then whoever's out there, will answer back, and then you just ask the question, but you already know the answer. So why do you even ask the question? Then you go into doubt, and you just kind of linger in doubt. And then you ask again, and it's the same question that you asked before, and you know the answer, but you're still there. And you go back in doubt, and you stay there. And I guess that's it for today. So, thank you.
All right, brother. Storyteller, man. Come
Yeah.
on. Super interesting, man. It's transforming into something uh outside of yourself, bigger than our own perspective. So yo, do your thing, man. Manifest in however you need to. So just share with us links and stuff, and curious to see where that goes, man. But just be in control, man. Do your thing. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
Cool. Yeah, man. You're welcome anytime, man. You need to and get stuff off your chest and get it out there. I want to be in the woods right now. We should do a stand. We should do a camping open mic. We won't get signal out there, but we can wouldn't that be cool? Just sit around a campfire and share stuff under the stars. That's a nice. I'm gonna dream about that tonight. That'd be really fun. All right, so we're gonna keep going, guys. We got one of our regular peeps, Chicano poet out of Los Angeles. He's been so instrumental. He's like basically a co-host sometimes. Loves to chime in, and pretty much all I gotta say is class is now in session. We got Mr. Tesoso Mok. How you doing, man? Welcome again.
Well, good. Let's see. Saturday I did Lunada with a bunch of folks from Tucson. It was really good. It was a really good set. So if people can catch it online. They do it once a month, and I recommend the open mic to folks. You have to submit a 3-minute video, and then they pick you, and they usually have a couple of features. They have not for profit Puerto Rican folk, and they had a couple of other, they do music also. So really great open mic also. Not that El Paso is not a great open mic, of course, because I'm here. So I'm gonna do one piece, and then I'll do some cover piece in triplet. This is titled, you guys have heard me work the topic of forgiveness, and we're gonna work it from another angle today, specifically an indigenous angle. So this is titled, The Foreignness of Forgiveness. In the Nahuatl, the Spanish side of Molina's dictionary, we read Teyolia, el alma, o anima. But did we believe in a soul? On the surface, Teyoliat looks like a noun. If we try to break it down, we get teyoli and atl. Atl means water. So we say, okay, it's some kind of water. Yoli looks like the verb yoli, to live. So we think it must somehow be related to aguas vivas. And te must be te, someone, people. But yoli cannot be yoli because yoli is intransitive and cannot take the object te. We could say teyoli is teyolich, the preterite, or teolia, to make someone live. But verbs are connected to nouns by ka, so we should expect teolich ka at. We're way off. Besides, life is yolilistli. Let's take a different approach. What if it's not a noun? What if it's a verb disguised as a noun? If we remove the noun marker, we're left with teolia. This looks like a transitive verb, yolia or yoliia, with the non-specific human object te. We haven't come upon such a verb, but there are many e and ia verb pairs. For example, aquí, akia, olini, olinia, iwinti, iwintia. So we could say there might be a pair, yoli, yolia. Then teyolia would mean it makes people live. And teyoliat would be the thing that makes people live. That's not how you nominalize verbs. If there was a verb yolia, we'd get 4 agentive nouns. Teyoliiski, teyoliani, teyoliiski, and yolistli, but not teyoliat. In Spanish, to Nahuatl section of Molina's dictionary, we read alma o anima, teolia, teolitia, te anima. Teolia would be teolia, he, she makes people live, but not even Molina has a verb, yolia. And don't even think teolia could be someone's yolia, because this would be teoliu. Teolitia is teolitia. He, she makes people live. Yoli has 2 causative forms, yolitia and yolitia, but not yolia. Te anima is a Spanish Nahuatl hybrid. It means someone's soul. The use of Spanish anima indicates this is a foreign concept. The friars use Span Nahuatl for foreign things like peral kawit, pear tree, hishoch, fig, Dios, God, angelotin, angels, kolos for cross, etc. All the early grammarians were friars. That's why we find alma, confesión, pecado, fiesta de guardar, bautismo, salvación, Dios, etc. We have to consider that some terms may have been coined to answer ¿Cómo se dice esto o aquello? How do we say this or that? Simeon also has teoliat, but he based his dictionary on Molina, so obviously he would have picked it up from there. Byhurst doesn't have it, which means it's not used in the cantares. Cartunen doesn't have it either, which means she couldn't make sense of it. Ex nihilo, out of nowhere. It seems, at least to us, that teoliat is a word invented to name something that the friars were describing. The foreignness of the concept is reflected in its ungrammatical construction.
Nice.
So for some, folks were saying interesting language. The language is actually Nahuatl, and Nahuatl today has over close to 2 million native speakers in central Mexico and all the way to Jalisco and as far down at some points to Nicaragua. And there is an El Salvador version of Nahuatl and a Nicaraguan version of it. And so that was a grammatical analysis of like doing hard work of trying to, decolonize language. And I wanted to conclude by reading a piece from probably one of the premier modern Nahuatl poets. His name was Natalio Hernandez, from the book, their very seminal book that was published at that time is titled In Xochitl Incuicatl, which means flowers and songs. And then I want to read a piece titled Toseltin Matinemican, which means caminemos solos, let's go solo. Que mantica ni machilia, tewan timasewalme tichia, setlacatlen nochi weli, iwan nochi kimatl, yewatl welis tech maquistlis, inin tlacatlen nochi weli, iwan nochi kimati, amo keman asis, ipampa towan itztok, towaya nemi, pewaya tlachia, noa kochtok. Caminemos solos. A veces pienso que los indios esperamos a un hombre que todo lo pueda, que todo lo sepa, que ayude a resolver todos nuestros problemas. Pero ese hombre que todo lo puede, que todo lo sabe, nunca llegará, porque vive en nosotros, se encuentra en nosotros, camina con nosotros, empieza a despertar, aún duerme. Let's go solo. At times, I think us Native people are hoping for a man who could do all and know all, who could solve our every problem. But that do all, know all man, he'll never arrive because he lives inside us. One finds him inside us and he walks with us. Even though he sleeps, he's starting to wake up.
Awesome, man. Was that the cover piece then at the end?
Yeah, that was Natalio Hernandez.
Awesome. I love going back and listening to your performances in particular to kind of I mean, they're lessons, I'm learning stuff. So I do appreciate that, and I think you have some really cool stuff that you're always sharing on Instagram. I really like the new video that you posted today for your haiku. That's hilarious. So for the uninitiated though, how can people follow you online and get that great content?
Great. So people can follow me at Gashes 2019. I'll add it on there. And I've been trying to keep up with Mr. Midnight, doing one haiku every week for the Wednesday haiku that he runs on Poetry 719 COS. And then on Facebook at Gashes 2019 also, you can, I'm trying to do basically about one solid video a week. It's a lot of work. As the quality goes up, the amount of effort to go into it goes into it. I did send you that really early on music video, but it was just, the video was just so awful. But I have not been able to replicate that playing that I did on that one.
Oh man.
So I was like, I tried going back and redoing it and I can't. I don't know. It was one of those Gabriel moments,
Perfect.
It's just everything lined up and the hands are moving and the mouth is, the lyrics are coming out. And by the way, that piece will be published on the Good Cops, Bad Cops.
That's right.
Book, the anthology that
Flower Song, right?
Flower Song is putting out. So I'm really happy about that.
That's super cool. Yeah, I'm a big fan of that press. Yeah, I'd love to work with more of those peeps. And yeah, guys, please share your like triumphs, where are you getting published? And we'd love to repost that on our pages at once again, Barbed Wire Open Mic. Bam, BWOMS. In case you didn't know, it's BWOMS. That's the acronym we use. I like to pronounce it as BWOMS. Some people go BWOMS, but it seems clunkier, like BWOM. Anyway, thank you, Mr. Tesosomok, as always, for joining us. And I know you often pull double duty on Mondays, and you do Neo and then come here, and your presence is always appreciated. So thank you so much. And let's see. Hopefully, you guys are having a good Monday night. I want to thank everyone once again for tuning in. If you guys are watching on YouTube, don't forget to just leave a comment. Who did you like? What what line stuck with you? And we'd love to have you. This is open for anyone, everyone, any skill level. The point is just to give people an audience, give people a stage. So that's what we're doing. So cheers, everyone. All right, happy Monday. Okay. Guess who's back? That's right. Patty's back. Guess who's back? Back. Patty's back. Patty's back. Patty's back. All right, she's gonna spit some poetry. Let's make some noise and welcome Patty to the stage.
Yeah.
Hey. Okay, hi guys. Okay, 3 pieces for you, all new pieces. I'm just gonna run through them real
New
quick.
shit.
Okay. I believe what they say, that the amount of rain falling won't drench the weight of my shoes as long as I'm with you. I won't mention the silly concept of dancing in the rain because we've been dancing long before the clouds rolled in. It's how we burn each other with the candle wax to make sure we are still alive, because life only began when you saw the glitter that I saw as dust in my eye. It's you holding the strings to my heart, but never swaying the beat to the rhythm of your steps. It's the morning pot of coffee that I noticed second. It's the way each I love you sounds like the very first time you told me. The way you pause at the word love each and every time to make sure I can hear it over the collapse of every structure around us. It's the way falling feels safe. The earth will shake beneath us and I'll stand on your feet if that means we can dance a little bit longer. You bent your elbow and I shifted my hips so we could fit perfectly together in a bed that never needed covers. Even as the tip of my nose turns red from the fury of a winter storm, I've never felt so warm. Never felt so full without taking one bite. It's you, it's us. It's a Hallmark card found at the drugstore that binds us. It's the first time you said hello and I was sure to never say goodbye. It's the dozen roses you buy every year even though I let them wither away after just 4 days. It's those rose petals lined up as if I'd forgotten where to find you. Our bodies don't confine us. This isn't the only lifetime we are meant to meet. Okay, first piece. Okay, second piece. I've been searching for the yellow brick road. Seek courage when every kitchen drawer was out of extra light bulbs. Tried to contain love in a glass of jar when the beating of my heart was far too loud for me to hush. Miscalculated the concept of time when choosing the moments that take my breath away and those in which gave life to more possible possibilities. I made a home at the edge of a cliff when all that was needed was logs and a fire at the bottom of this mountain. Wasting away the moments I spent wishing myself a traveler somewhere else when I could unpack my bags simply here. I could simply carry my own jar of paint and color the passages in which way I like. Paint it green to trick the flowers to bloom here rather than there. Paint it pink so I'll always think the sun is rising even if the sky is marked another color. Paint it blue so my feet will think I'm walking in the sky and I'll know no limit but the height of a cloud I keep seeing as further and further up ahead. I've been searching for a yellow brick road that tricked me into hearing musicals when the branches of the tree only tap when the winds blow strong. I seek courage when I had the seed to the beanstalk that had no giant. The climb that would bring out strength I never knew. For the out of service elevator was never meant to be fixed. I've been searching for the yellow brick road when it was purple all along. Okay, and then last piece. Here's my toast. To writing of love, but never feeling it. To lying about the feeling of his touch when his name has no existence. To speaking of the skipping of my heartbeat when the only thing that causes it is the insecurity of a night alone. I never slayed the dragons. In fact, I'm writing this while they sleep by the edge of my bed. to keep me bound, to keep me hiding beneath the blankets that aren't woven tight enough to blind the light from coming in. Take a drink. For all the times I wrote of love in my poems, for the stanzas in which I made you believe that his and her towel lay dirty on the bathroom floor. Take another drink. For believing that tomorrow is disguised as a Friday when the Monday blues is sure to play. To writing a passion, a pain and disaster, to writing of Kingsmen, a potion of magic. Here's my toast to a love I never knew. And done.
Patty, 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 can't you
Patty.
see sometimes your words just hypnotize me?
They do.
Dope. Dig it. Yeah, yeah. Much love. Yo, everyone, show some love. Give us some claps and
Yeah,
cheers.
yeah,
You can unmute. Yeah.
Patty.
Snap it up, clap it up.
And I just love your
That's
flashy
how we do it.
ways.
That's the way we do it. Cool. Patty. Short and sweet, cool necklace. How can people follow you?
Okay, Patty's _poetics_life.
Cool. You got it down to a beat and everything. You know what I'm saying? Cool. Thank you as always for joining us. You're always welcome. So thanks for those pieces. I needed some of those, you know what I'm saying? So thank you. All right, cool. I'm loving tonight. It's going great. Love all you guys. You guys do so much for you guys. So yeah, once again, clap it up, Patty. Sweet. All right, we're gonna keep going. Let me take a look at the list here. All right, cool. We got some more poetry and music. We got our very friend Nico Kim in the house. Nico, how's it doing? How's it going?
It's doing well.
Nico Kim, when you're ready to begin.
Can you hear me, Mike?
Yeah, we got you.
Swagums.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna start. I don't know if it was to sing 2 songs or 1. I'll just sing 1. I think it's best. But yeah, I've got to sing quietly, so I'll try and do that. So I'm gonna tell you that I'm gonna fail you, 'cause I'm a failure, and I need you to know that my best intentions pave the way to my downfall. So I'm gonna make sense, because I've been nickel and diamond, looking at the situation, saying what I'm in. It's not about fate. It's not about timing. It's about how I got here and why I'm not shining. I mean, the getting was good. The girls were the best. Every flip of the page, new one in my bed. But then I get in my head and realize what I said and kick them out of my life as if my actions replied. Because I've realized I'll never be satisfied. So I'm gonna say this just for the record. When it comes to men, you can't find better. So I'm gonna tell you that I'm gonna fail you, 'cause I'm a failure. And I need you to know that my best intentions pave the way to my downfall. So tell me why, if I could fly, I'd still think you above me. No matter the man that I became, I don't think you could love me. You don't have to push, you don't have to shove me, but I still walk away and think nothing of it. Now, don't get me wrong, I'd use as long as I could, but then push you aside and think everything good. So I'll say it again, just for the record. When it comes to men, you can't find better. So I'm gonna tell you that I'm gonna fail you, 'cause I'm a failure. And I need you to know that my best intentions pave the way to my downfall. And I wish that we could work it out. And I wish that I'd loved you. But the thought I've come to is, whatever we do, we'll never renew this. So I'm gonna tell you that I'm gonna fail you, 'cause I'm a failure. And I need you to know that my best intentions paved the way to my downfall. Oh yes, my best intentions Pave the way to my downfall. It's another poetry. I'm not the worst for you, but I'm damn near close. Most mothers despise me because of my lies and my jokes, between being sweet to you for a selfish gain or an asshole because I'm just not in the right mind frame. I couldn't tell you how bad you'll have it. I could lie to you and tell you that it'll be swell. But after it's all said and done, you'll feel like you just walked through a sugar-coated hell. Especially when I'm stuck on an old me and pretend like life is grand, where all I want to do in the end is just go to sleep alone with my dick in my hand. Remand and discourse, the only memory of me that you'll keep. My smile's deceptive, my pain barely worth a peep, but I'll write it down and put the warning tape out on a post. I'm not the worst for you, but I'm damn near close. I have doomed you. I have condemned you and deem you an angel who shouldn't fall for the likes of me. I'm a walking, talking demon of sin. You've already tasted the poison within. So as a subjective suggestion, I ask you to question the equation where you and I on any occasion could be simplified as a sin and an angle and equal anything resembling a 1. I could tell you there are 270 miles between heaven and hell. You'll fall in a long way if you fall for me. I've dug myself deeper than the roots of the mightiest tree. See, we weren't something that was supposed to be because I'm shackled by my mind and you're someone who should live free. I'm fettered to complacency. It's better to save face from me as my impotent fallibility emits my stupidity. I admittedly rused you as I used you for a selfish release. And my strategic retreat only had me waiting for the next time we'd meet. I admit defeat, but I posit this morning that I must tell. But I posit this morning that I must tell. If you love me, I have doomed you worse than Paris and Helen, forever tortured in the first circle of hell. And if that's all right with you, then, well, I may not be around to catch you when you fall. And I finish with a haiku. My plight. She already knows. Who am I to not love her the same exact way? Thank you, guys.
All right, Nico, lots of love, man. You could go back and read that, and you should. Beautiful pieces. Got anything you'd like to share? How can people contact you or follow your work?
I mean, all right. So I've compiled like in my brain, not like written it down because I'm a mess. I've got a YouTube that has a few poems. You can follow me on Facebook. I do have a Facebook poetry page. It's Nico Kim Poetry, but I'm still trying to get connected with that. Those are the 3. Oh, and I've got a book, Free Verse of My High School Experience, that was written right out of high school. Not the greatest, but there's some cool poems in there, I guess. But with that, yeah, thanks for listening, guys.
Yeah, right on, man. And Nico, I remember you all the way back from the days of the Percolator when we were there on Stanton Street.
Bro, man, yeah, that's what I'm saying, dude. 2010, 2011, hell yeah, dude. It was like 10 years ago. Oh my god, dude.
Hell yeah, those were good times. I had a great time. That was my intro to everything, kind of, and I started hosting for the first time.
Bro, you were an inspiration at the time. You don't know this, but I've written actually a poem that you inspired from the words you shared. I tried to copy it in my own words, saying the same thing, and I'm actually working on a similar poem because of an inspiration by you. You're an inspiration, bro. So
you've never shared that till tonight? What?
Oh, hey, by the way, Richie, you're a fucking inspiration. If you didn't know this, since I've seen you, since I've seen you at the Percolator, bro. When Roberto introduced you as this poetry slam winner. But I'm hogging the mic. Let's bring. I'm sure there's a lot of people up.
For sure, yeah, man. We'll get everyone. I appreciate that. Thanks. I'm gonna look for some old poems to read tonight. Just for that. There's a bunch that I've retired and I never read anymore. But maybe I'll look through some stuff and find something. But thank you, Nico, so much. Yo, we gotta find that YouTube channel so everyone can check that out and show some love. All right, yeah, we got more people, so we definitely gotta get them on. Let's see. I'm taking a look. All right, yo, we're gonna go. We've had some East Coast peeps. Now we're gonna go back to the West Coast because we've already had a couple people there. We're gonna go to San Francisco. Our buddy Dane is in the house. Dane, how are you today, man? I'm glad you're here.
Doing very well, and wow, so honored to follow everybody who's already been on. Very cool stuff, Nico.
Thank you.
I'm not a poet. I'm a self-important, egotistical blabbermouth. It's all about me. I'm addicted to telling you in painful, indecipherably complicated detail, in obtuse, atom-braided rhyme schemes abandoned in ancient times for good reason. Every mundane scenario I have lived through each day as if it is important, as if it should mean something to you. The checkout clerk cheated me out of correct change. My dog died. My lover ran off. Fuck you. Stab yourself in the heart. Bleed all over the page. Tell me about that. I just don't care. Someone is asleep. Someone fell asleep at the wheel, missed the warning signs, missed running off the shoulder, near miss of running off the shoulder. No poems warn of the dangers of alien DNA. The first time I wrote this, I wrote no poems warn of the danger of alien jizz, but I'm a coward, so I changed it to fit in. I've been warned. I have no right of provocation in the area of dirty talk and nasty sex talk. I get it. I can't be a bomb thrower, provocateur like a woman or a gay man. So I scurry back across the Rubicon, tail between my legs. I'm here now on a dirt road detour in my two-tone 1955 Bel Air Chevy, pedal through the floor, well-worn worries of sex with the devil. Do fills up, shelves upon shelves upon shelves. Do not insert a lame poetic convention right here, right now, when all you mean is a lot or more and more. Just keep it simple. I am almost flying up with dust, heading for the washed out bridge. Tell me a secret. Tell me a secret only you know, something that makes your hands shake. Trembly, shaky. You know what I'm talking about. Oh, yeah, you do. Sure, you do. Don't make me get graphic, be pornographic about it to draw you out. Everybody wants it dirty, wants it sweaty, sexy, sweet. We'll all feel better collapsing into bed. Unless you'd rather hear about me, talk about me, I can rock and roll you with that all night long. Poet's grocery list. Blood oranges, hearts of palm, everything in the store that is red, and salt for the wounds. Nagging. I'm just a woman. I just love women. They leave me and I cry. I'm not pretty. I can't cook, can't keep a home or a house. I try. I demand too much. Nagging. To be kissed, stroked, and talked to for hours till I'm wet and weak, hot for you to take me. You can make me come hard with a look or a lick. I think I know what my kink is. The woman inside me needs a woman whose man inside of her is queer for me. Bad widow. I cannot say how much I love you. You are amazing. when you fall asleep after you touch yourself. I sit here at 6 p.m. November, dark, surrounded by the empty. I wear a summer jacket of shots of mezcal. It's really just a blanket of the void. I pretend I should win an Academy Award for principal performance as a human, as a wreck, as a crime scene. What is left after coastal hurricane, a disaster site, the flood, the toothless prostitution of extraction without Novocaine. Do you know the how, the mark, when you see, weak, you grab, sorry, clutching, wishing, begging, fuck, let me unlearn what I know now. Whisper for peace, a whimper at the artifice of socially accepted presentation of what passes for contemplated art. Serve me up, silence. Leave me to the worst. Nothing can return my stupid innocence. No click or smiles, each an island from me. Only bad widows have any answers at all. Thank you.
Oh man, Dane, appreciate you, man. Glad you made it through. I'm sorry I didn't have my bongos. I gotta bring them next time. There's a bongo cat app that I was gonna try and connect to, but maybe another day.
All right.
So, do you have social media? How can people like find your work online, support you, all that good stuff?
Yeah, Insta is 2019 DMI. Find me there.
Oh man, that was so fast. I missed it. Can you repeat that?
Yeah, 2019 DMI.
Okay, all right, that makes sense. All right, cool. Yeah, thanks for coming through, and I'm gonna work on getting my bongos here,
All right.
so we can do another collab sometime soon.
Really cool.
Awesome, thank you. Thanks for joining us once again. Yeah, if you don't know, El Paso is going through like a really bad time through COVID, and so I've been trying my best to just stay at home. With the exception of a very very recent like thing, we did a live stream. Most of you guys know. I saw most of you guys there. We did a live stream with Christine. Once said yeah, she had her senior recital, and I have glitter. She gave me a gift box and it's filled with glitter. And I'm looking at some of it on my face, but um, it's on YouTube. Christine Ponce Diaz. You should check that out. Very cool stuff. Um, I was actually really happy to see so many of you tuning in and supporting, watching on the live stream. So that's cool. Much love that way. We're gonna keep going and see how we do with the list. We got a good hour left, and so we have some performers. And if we have some extra time, if anyone who's here who hasn't signed up wants to maybe share a piece or two, I definitely encourage it. I'm probably going to jump in at the very, very end of the show just to close it. But we're going to go ahead and move on. We got one of your favorites. The man of many, he wears many hats, literally, figuratively. Oh, look, there's a glitter fleck right there. All right. We got Mr. Monday Night. We got Kit Ren in the house. Kit, yo, ready to do your bit?
God,
Sorry,
all these nicknames.
I'm doing some
all these
bad
nicknames.
rhymes. I'm just feeling it, but
oh, I might blush for the first time in my entire life. You keep up with these nicknames.
I'm gonna like just do it like yeah.
Hell yes. Okay. I don't actually know if I'm y'all's favorite, but I hope I'm at least in your top one. I was thinking, well, I don't know. I ended up chickening out and just playing the hits tonight. But I was thinking about a time a while ago when a stranger came up to me in the bathroom after a reading. It wasn't that weird, and said, I like your readings because you put like character into them. Like you're acting out the poem as you read it. And I said, I like that your compliment was very specific because now I won't have to worry about whether or not you mean it or not. But it's something I've kept in mind, and it's something I've tried to replicate ever since. But I don't actually know if I'm successful, but I'm gonna keep doing it anyway. So 4 of me and then a cover. But you've all heard these before, and if you haven't, you can find them in the archive, but you're gonna hear them again now. So don't worry about it. My mom and I are in the same field and arrived independently at the same heroes. She rushes over one morning to tell me that Carolyn Forche just accepted her friend request. I am in the grocery store that afternoon, and she texts me to say that Carolyn just liked the link that she shared. First name basis. Just like that. I don't mean to make fun. This is genuinely exciting to me. Despite its silly 21st century scene markers, I think if this moment were fuel, it would burn cleanly and brightly. It is just as well that memories are not fuel, and that we cannot, in moments of panic and shortfall, attach thermite to our mountainous lobes and blow through, taking only the moments we want. It is just as well that Carolyn Forche, walking through a supermarket debating between 2 brands of cornmeal, cannot choose when she sees human ears scattered on the aisle floor, and cannot choose when they perk up or what they hear. Yeah, my mom's also a poet. You can find her in the archives too. She is probably listening in the other room right now. I don't know. She might be sleeping. I don't know. But anyway, let's continue. Shakespeare did not write his plays. Let me rephrase so I don't sound crazy. Shakespeare did not write his plays down. There must have been some private jotting, but it was private. No scripts were given to the king's men, because if there were scripts, then anyone could do these plays. And with copyright still 200 years in the future, steps had to be taken against theft and the degradation of the business empire of Shakespeare. Along the same line of thinking, I am scared that if I ever try to write about our friendships, curved and generous contours, they will disappear or get cheapened, coarsened, misunderstood, given in mass printings to middle schools for preteens to shout uncomprehendingly before their embarrassed parents. Loopy adaptations will send us to Munich, to Cairo, to Glens Falls, New York, never thinking of changing the mild Dallas drawls. And down under luck academes grasping for tenure or a place on an Amazon bookshelf will see our shadows in every new trend, appoint us founders of every new school, make us parents of every new subgenre, find confirmation in us of the things they already wanted to talk about. And speaking of confirmation bias, conspiracies will arise, claiming that I am actually my own next door neighbor, or that you are the hapless patsy of a pointless cabal. So, as another poet must have said, screw it. Art promises a ticket to immortality, but it's more like a coupon for a tombstone. I see no reason for us to be cheap or to plan ahead. They'll learn nothing of us. I'll make absolutely sure of it. Yeah, all right. 2 more of me. The Andromedan delegation, cocksure and azure, is optimistic ahead of the first truly representative Miss Universe competition. The betting markets do not share that optimism. Clelar Kanamit has a bipedal build and a striking bright blue face. She has been celebrated for her bravery in Teen Vogue, in a feature piece with patronizing overtones that may have hardened her model steez into an actual scout. There is a sizable Tumblr /fic community around her, and while her Twitter messages are bitter and hostile, that happens to be what plays best on Twitter. There's a question that Ertz Media has breezily skipped over, that Clelar asks her agent, her handler, and her politician brother. Why the fuck do I have to prove myself in front of these pink and brown gawkers? Her agent tells her the money. Her handler tells her the exposure. Her brother rambles incoherently. Something about Andromedan pride and intergalactic harmony, which sounds like a flat-out contradiction. She isn't lonely or forsaken, and even has some advantages. But some people don't even like redheads. Join me, please, in saying a soft and hopeful prayer for Clelar as she faces down our planet's insensate drive to make everything look like us.
Snap, snappity snap.
Yeah.
All right. One more of me and then the vaunted cover poem. This one was one of the last ones to have its debut in Meat Space because we were opening a new venue downtown. And so I read all new poems there. It was a cool night, and it was like a week before everything went cross-eyed. But that doesn't matter. Just say the poem, kid. Stop telling this boring story. What's the matter with you? You're a professional. No, you're not. Okay, so I'm just going to start the poem right now. Meaning is not a constant. We pretend that it is for the sake of economic stability and other intimidating fictions. But we're all adults here. We know how many words and phrases mean their opposite in application. Everyone in this room would classify fuck you as an insult, but it is a phrase that I deal out exclusively to friends. It is a privilege for me to tell you, fuck you. Bow your head and receive it like a congressional medal. It means that I trust you. It, in the way that circus acrobats reach out for each other, in the way that professional wrestlers protect one another. We retain control by yielding. We eat well when we leave a place empty for the prophet Elisha. We talk roughly with our friends, and we speak with an alien grace to the people that we hope get hit by a meteor. Perhaps this confuses you. Very well. You will not die of confusion. In my experience, understanding is much more fraught. They say if you meet the Buddha on the street, you must kill him. Let me never understand. Let me always walk softly on a pudding skin of liminal confusion. A word that means one thing has been discarded. A person with one name has been buried. A language without ambiguity is dead. Your contradictions are your receipt for living. Living, which is another word for the pause in between two heartbeats. And to close out, this is a cover poem I think I read it at the very first one of these we did, but we didn't record that one. So it's not on YouTube. So no one can gainsay me. This is the first time. This is The Psychic by Victoria Riddell. He said I must pay special attention in cars. He assured me, saying that I'd be in an accident, but that for 2 weeks, some particular caution was an order. And he said all I really needed to do was throw the white light of Alma around any car I entered, and I'd be fine. And when I asked about Alma, he said, oh, come on. You know Alma well. You two were together, first in Egypt and then at Stonehenge. And I nodded, though I've never been, in this life at least, to Stonehenge. And then I said, shouldn't I always throw the white light of Alma around a car? And when he said, well, it wouldn't hurt, I said, what about around planes? Houses? What if I throw the white light of Alma around anyone who might need protection from the reckless speed of driving or the reckless swerve and skid of the world? And the psychic opened up his hands and shrugged up his shoulders. So despite your doubt or mine as to why I'd gone there to a psychic in, I kid you not, a town full of psychics in the first place, right now, as you hear this, let me throw the white light of Alma around you and everyone you pass close to today, beloved or stranger, the grocer, the bus driver, the boy on his longboard, the lady you stand silent beside in the elevator, and also I am throwing it around anyone they care about anywhere in the spin of the world, because we can agree that these days everywhere, particular caution is in order. And even if unverifiable, the light of my dear sister Alma couldn't hurt.
Bam. Yes, 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 Kit. Yes, yes, y'all. You don't stop. Oh, cool, man. I like it. You got the Lombardi t-shirt. You just killed it. Nico and I both made the same joke when you said I kid you not, because you're a kid, so we said I kid you not.
Oh.
And he said it first. He did a jinx. So we're just playing with that word right now. I just had to say it. But yo, man, always much love. How can people listening and watching right now follow and support your work? You know the drill.
Okay, next week I'm going to have one of those cool little cards. But for this week, you'll just have to listen closely. Instagram at Kit Runaway. Twitter at Kit Talk Sports. It's very sports centric, as the name would suggest. Facebook at my name. Kofi.com/KitRen. You'll find a lot of essays about the history of the National Football League. Just going through the history one game at a time, pretty much at random. It's a lot of fun to me. Hopefully it's fun to you, but in the end, I'm still going to do it, no matter what you think. Facebook.com/Praise Be to the Sun. You'll find a guaranteed not evil sun cult there. Just might help you spiritually. And we could all use a bit of spiritual help these days. I think that's all the plugs I have. Thank you, as always, Richie, for all the nicknames and this platform and for everything you've done for this city. Thank you.
Yeah, man, take that breath, that exhalation. Sometimes at the open mics, I'm with the crowd, like, yo, there's a lot of poetry, a lot of stuff going on tonight. Sometimes we just need to take like a collective breath and breathe in all the poetry and all the creativity in the air and let it out, find that niceness. So yeah, appreciate you, man, too. It's been nice to be able to kind of create this, despite the pandemic and all the darkness around us, finding a little thing on a Monday night to connect and share some stuff and keep creating and just share, just kind of hang out. Like, honestly, this is like my social life for the most part, so I invite you guys to come back every week and be part of this. And I keep mentioning the after party, so you should be part of that. Let's keep going. We got a couple more peeps, and I want to make sure they get their time on. We have one of our awesome regulars, and then we got 2 Sandys in a row. That's crazy. But before, let's go ahead and bring up one of another crowd favorite. I would like to say, one of mine. They do so much to help as well around the scenes. With helping with links and just I think bringing some good energy and good poetry to the spot. So let's go and make some noise and welcome Lee MS to the stage. Lee, what's up? How you doing?
Hi. Hanging, not so much good energy.
Oh, I know. You know what? Maybe good is like not the right term, but just it's we're all here for each other, So
Yeah,
do your thing.
All right. So I have very small ones because just writing this past few weeks has been super difficult, and I'll explain a little bit why in a bit. So first one I have, this is called Anatema. Quiero saber del anatema que tengo enterrado en la sangre. Cortar profundo para exorcizarme los vestigios que he heredado. Conocer las palabras, encantaciones, invocaciones que he de hollar por las noches, el ritual de sangre que he de seguir para que la maldición termine conmigo. Enlazar estos demonios en mí, de aquí son, en mí terminan, de aquí no salen. I want to know if the curse buried in my blood, cut deep to exorcise the remnants I have inherited, to know the words, incantations, invocations to howl at night, the blood ritual to follow so the curse ends with me. Bind these demons within me. They were bound here. In me they'll end. So that's number 1. Next one, let me just open it up. Here we go. So this is called Misogynist. He talks of all men like they were legends, because those are the only voices he ever cares about. He skips through the names that feel inferior and lands on the ones he deems important, the ones to highlight, the ones to continuously build every space's nook and cranny for. And the rest are demoted, to be ignored, glossed over, as quick as his tongue when he shuffles it down someone's throat to shut her up and down. That was Misogynist. Then I have Melancholia. One sec here. And this is one of the reasons why this past few weeks have been difficult. My dad is at the hospital with COVID for the past almost 2 weeks. So it's been difficult weeks. So this is for him. Hopefully he's asleep right now, but if later on he checks it. I haven't had the time to reflect on your life and the possibility of your death and the aftermath of it all where you to go. It hits me at times, but not as it used to. In the middle of the night, as I dream scenarios where you are not anymore. And it burns me. The way salt burns against skin suffocates me the way the weight on my back and the knot inside my lungs tighten the noose. I must remain strong, but I falter in the uncertainty and I dissociate into voices, all whispering different futures, fragmenting realities just yet to find the real path. I hear your voice from time to time, whispering that I must remain sane for the sake of it all. Then the next one is called, and I don't know how to pronounce this word, but I just like the meaning. It's Santipe. I was born angry, incensed at your existence and its tendency towards choking the bread of everybody you lusted after. I remained angry, but masked it as a playful competition, so I was not called the names you used to put those like me in their place. And I'm still angry to this day, to this very hour, that I ever let my value be defined by the likes of you. And the last one, this is called Dromomania. Encuentro refugio en la idea de escapar, pero solo en la idea conjurada después de la tormenta, en lo que se asienta la calma. El escape en el reflejo desfigurado, el lado frío de la almohada enterrado bajo sábanas, perdido entre sueños, el refugio en lo desadaptivo, en el imposible ideal de existir y ser sin ser yo. El vestigio del escape me ha seguido, un tenue reflejo de lo que solía ser en momentos que necesito recordarme, escaparme, reconfigurarme. Adaptivo. I found refuge in the idea of escaping, but only in the conjured idea after the storm, when the calm settles. The escape in the disfigured reflection, the cold side of the pillow buried under the sheets, lost in dreams, the refuge in the maladaptive, the impossible ideal to exist and be without being me. The vestige of the escape has followed me, a faint reflection of what it used to be in the moments I need to remind myself, escape myself, rearrange myself, adaptive. So those are it.
All right. Hey, thanks for sharing. That's much love and good thoughts towards your father. I think most of us are sending prayers, thoughts your way, and I know it's not a lot, I thoughts and prayers, but whatever we can, yeah, hoping for the best. All
Yeah.
right. Thank you, Lee.
Thank you.
For sharing. And I don't know if you got that sign to speak and follow you really quick. If they haven't had a chance to yet, anything, maybe because I know it's a medium, it's an outlet. So I'm glad you're here to vent and get it out there because it's a hard thing to be dealing with. So we're here for you.
So yeah, you can follow me. I haven't been as active, but well, you know why. So I have on my social media is cadáveres_literarios in there on Instagram. Facebook is Lee Martinez Soto. My Cash App, my Tumblr, I have two, cadáveres-literarios and Poesía en la Lengua for Tumblr as well.
All right. Awesome. Is Tumblr making a comeback?
I have had it since I was 16, 17.
Oh, okay.
So these are like, yeah.
That's awesome. I have a Tumblr too. I gotta find it. It's out there. But as always, thanks for joining us. Sending love your way, Lee. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Let's see. We got a couple peeps. We're gonna get them on, and also we do have some people here on the chat who aren't signed up. So if you do want to share something, we got some time. Just let me know on the chat, and I'll add you to the list. But right now, we got back-to-back Sandys. Oh, I love this. This is cool. So we got Sandy Shakes joining us once again. Read some awesome poetry last time. She's joining us from East LA. Sandy, how are you doing today? Sandy Shakes.
I'm
Hello.
good. Thank you for having me.
Of course.
Wow. Yeah. Let's see. I have a few. They're pretty short. And then the last one, I want to try out a really small Spanish piece that I'm trying to get into. I know not everybody's bilingual, but hopefully I'll translate it at some point in my life. All right, here's the first one. I had to survive. There is no other option. While you continue to spread your toxicity and the next chick is paraded around like she won an award, but there ain't no one in the crowd. You and I know you ain't shit. You claim to be a MATHOD man, but the method you perform is played out, kid. How dare you recycle that mixtape, that same song, where you inflict such psychological trauma on unexpected souls? Sure, I was youngish, but I swear you were conscious of all the hurt you bestowed upon me. Then you still have the nerve to request the PTSD category for 300. Even Alex Trebek knows you're bullshitting. How can you explain to someone the deep emotional scars I gotta bandage up every day? The leak from old wounds is invisible. So why do I feel them leak out all over my shirt, making me feel so insecure? It's like a secret no one knows about. How the fumes of certain cigarette smoke stress me out. Why my heart starts beating ahead of itself when anyone in the male species raises their energy on me. Why I don't like being cornered or rooms with small windows. Why every time I see a missed call, text, or voicemail from a number resembling yours, I subconsciously hold my breath. The worst part is it will always be your word against mine. Aren't narcissists just the best damn citizens while out in society? But behind closed doors, boy, that is some two-faced politician act. And yeah, I kick myself for buying the ticket to your show. And I kick myself 2 more times for not leaving after the first, second, or third act. It's so clear at the end of a storm, but please believe me that the sprinkles at the beginning, well, they were presented as the sweetest, most non-threatening water to my thirsty skin, gift wrapped on what felt like a spiritual heat wave. To all my survivors, I want to hold your hand, pick your chin up and softly whisper, you did it, mujer, hombre, because abuse doesn't have a gender box checked. I want you to know that your strength is that of heroic fairy tales because you are here now. A level so important that it does not matter how long that ladder was or how many times you slipped off that rung. Surviving a life under an abusive regime is your victory. Fleeing that land that no longer respected your physical, emotional, and mental form is your greatest revolution. Take that power back. Pick up your inner child, wrap them in your softest blanket and say, I will protect you. Thank you for protecting me. Ni una más, ni uno más, not one more. Our story is over. I turned your mic off. Your energy is now banned. Please look elsewhere because I have edited the love I allow myself to write about. Let's go on to number 2. This one's called Brown Heart. 2 of the same root, hardcore, stubborn roots. Roots so deep that they bust open concrete, deep like the unconscious mugshots of my brown primos and primas. Deep like the history of small barrios. Deep like the wrinkled brown, green, blue, and great-eyed Mexicans that have smiles for strangers, AKA hipsters who deserve none. Strangers, or should I say pilgrims, who mock paleteros and report crimes of vendors, sweating their lives away to provide cold treats to cold-hearted pendejos. When you come from where voices are muffled, silenced by trauma, it's easy to forget the sound of another's vocal cord, vocal flow, local soul. Yet here we are in this together. We broke bread together. Open a bag of chips and let me have some at lunch together. You and I said our kids would play together. Then you went and rolled with the wrong crowd. Now I miss you forever. Last piece in español, here it goes. La sopa de letras. Soy la sopita original que conociste cuando no tenías algo calientito para tu barriga. Yo te di la sensación de empezar a digerir algo más nutritivo porque tus falsas palabras se hundieron en tu caldo de decepción. Y ahora quieres sentarte en mi mesa un ratito, pero esta cena ya no está en el menú. Tus ingredientes se echaron a perder y jamás compraré alimentos de tan mala calidad. Por favor, vaya a encontrar otra cocina, porque aquí no se cree en comida hecha, amistad deshecha. Aquí la alimentación es por vida y gente desagradecida nunca estará en mi lista de espera. Gracias. Thank you.
Yeah. Awesome. Sandy, before you muted yourself so quickly, I love your poetry. How can, I mean, like, so I'm following you on social media and I love it. Your posts are so cool. I like all of them. How can, if people want to follow your work and just follow you online, how can they do that?
Right on. Yeah. Yeah, they can follow Once Upon a Boyle Heights Tale at the moment. I am working on, organizing everything and giving an Instagram dedicated to the word specifically. But in the meantime, yes, my shenanigans continue on Once Upon a Boyle Heights Tale for sure.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. Thanks. I'm glad you found your way back. You're always welcome here, okay? So come by. Anytime you're free on a Monday, come through. Share your words. Once Upon a Time in a Bowl. And actually, I have a highlight video that I made of the first time you were here, and I have it ready. I just haven't posted it yet. I kind of slacked it this week. But, oh, snap. We got the DJ. Cazo. Yeah. Okay. All right. Dance parties. We should end with a dance party. That'd be kind of fun, right? Stay at home dance party, baby, and then we can featuring DJ Mark, and like you can just like, man, I'm dig it already. I like the idea. Or maybe like every week we'll have like a featured like DJ. Someone can do a little playlist. I don't know. I'm getting ahead of myself. I did bring a notebook though. Also shout out to Christine. She got me a couple notebooks, new notebooks. I'm a nerd. I get super excited about new notebooks and new pens. I don't know about you guys. You probably do too, right? But I got some idea notebooks now, so I have it next to me. So whenever I say like, "Oh, we should do that," I'm gonna write it down now. You know what I'm saying? Um, anyway, thanks for that, Christine. Okay, cool. Yeah, you guys are awesome. We're gonna keep going. In fact, so that was Sandy out of Boyle Heights. We also got Sandy out of Chuco Town. We got, and also, I gotta say, Sandy has been like our biggest supporter on YouTube. She's like there every week, leaving comments. So we gotta be her biggest supporter and show some love right now. I want all of you guys to unmute right now while I introduce her. Make some noise. Show some love to Sandy.
Woo! Sandy!
Yeah. Sandy. Oh no. Okay, I gotta highlight you.
Hello,
Let me spotlight
can you
you.
guys hear me?
We can hear you. We can hear you.
Oh,
We see.
good. So glad my
Nice
mic is
background.
working. Yeah, so I got 3 poems. These are kind of old poems, but just thought that they'd be fun. Okay, this first one is called Dark Nothing. Oh, nothing, you are delicious solitude. Devour me like stale old food. Hold me upon the edge of your blade. Stab me in empty alleyways. You're the dark matter inside me, pulling to the center of your gravity. A black hole where no light escapes, where bones are crushed into flakes. Together we sleep in frozen graves, linger in hollow graves. You're the bloody corpse that dances, peering through vacant skeleton glances. You're the melancholy song, the eternal angst horns that I've held for far too long. You disappear in motionless corners, holding secrets for only the loners. You're the black tar creeping in my veins, driving me insane. You're the shadow that follows me, the endless nightmare that never leaves. Wrap your thorns tightly around my throat. Watch me silently choke. Oh, set me free. Oh, dark nothing, you are me. Okay, that's my first one.
Yeah.
I have 2 weird ones. This one's kind of a paranormal one that the man that isn't there, he stares. The man that isn't there, dark is the side. Breathing a heavy sigh, he watches me past the house of bad memories. Inside, she lays in her coffin bed. She, a faceless, dry coyote skull. Black cats perch on bed corners like gargoyles hissing at visiting spirits. Sorrow frames the walls. Shapeless shadows hide in dark corners as midnight air creeps in through crevices. I see the man He stares. The man that isn't there. Dark is the side. Okay, and this is my last poem. Can you hear me, guys?
Yeah,
Yes.
you're good. Yeah, do your
Okay,
thing.
this is my last poem. It's called Dirty Rag Doll. Dirty rag doll am I, push, pull, stained limbs, dragging me through sands of dried stems. Dirty rag doll am I, grasp my wrist, hang me from from my ankle on the edge of your angry fist. Guerrilla warfare is your strategy, with IEDs on the end of your tongue tapestry. Dirty rag doll am I, you faceless enemy, crushing me under your foot of power. Gasp as you drown me in your sorrow. Dirty rag doll am I, push, pull, stained limbs, dragging me through sands of dried stems, shattering me into a million gems. Okay, that's it.
I love it. Yes, Sandy. You made it. You did it. That wasn't too bad,
Yay.
right? You got a whole aesthetic. You got like the cool like setup there, like in the shadows. And you got the performer. You got like the voice, the whole stage voice going on.
Yes.
Yeah, much love. And you've been supporting us for so long. So I just, again, if you guys want to unmute really quick and show some love to Sandy and make some noise for her.
Thank you guys. I appreciate it. Thanks for all the work that you do, Richie, and all of your supporters and everybody that hangs out here. Everybody's awesome. I love hearing everything and participating today. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. And so, I mean, the drill. You watch. So I'm just gonna ask really quick. I know you're very active with Tumblr Words. You do so much. Like you help so much with that project. How can people like who want to like just kind of interact and see what you're about and your work? How can they follow you and support?
I'm currently doing some. I love photography and I love making stuff. So you could check me out on Instagram. I'm called Blue Liquid Lust. Blue Liquid Lust. And you can check me out on there. So that's cool.
Awesome. Yes, you made it. You made it happen. I'm so grateful that you found your way here and you performed today. Long
Thank
time
you,
in the
Richie,
making.
for all that you do. You're awesome.
Sandy, dude, that was cool. We had like a back-to-back Sandy extravaganza. All right, awesome. Sandy, no, never mind. I was gonna make like a pun, but nah, it's not gonna work right now. So, we got more peeps, and so we have one more signed up performer. Then I'm going to open the stage to people who have not performed who are here. I believe Nico even said maybe you wanted to share something. I think I saw that. So before we go that way, we got like the man behind like everything. He's like our secret producer. He always gives the shots and makes the calls, and not really, but he's awesome. He's like one of our biggest supporters as well. Regulars, you were there like all the time, man, whether it be in person or online. So Dan, the man, Dan, the mother flipping
Hello.
man, what's up?
Here.
How you doing?
How you doing, Richie? It's good to see you.
I'm okay, man. What you got what you got for us today?
Still the same thing right here. Every Infant's Blood, new and selected by Graham Duncan once again. I've chosen 3, so here it is. It's always new, page 15. When the first report is bad and the last report's far worse, the stars keeping sending their light, and the light is always new. Not for us alone. The light goes everywhere without design, knowing nothing of sign or aim. The light and the light we know will gloss rose in bloom and jeering crows. But part of us knows in deep despair, the light keeps coming, always new. It's old light, having come so far. But old as it is, it's new to us. And that's enough. Quote. The Quiet, page 17. The boy enters a forest where shadow beckons. He hears birds beyond bark and leaf. Sorry. A book said there will be a hollow tree. He does not see it. Shadows deepens. He's easy on. He's easy now. So I'm sorry. He's uneasy now. But some leaves us are shaped like shields. It's darker here. He expects to see a man sitting in a tree who will point to the path back home. But he sees only faces in the bark. They they say nothing. He begins to know what he doesn't know. It is dark now. He has seen no birds, and now they are quiet. Quote. Who can obey after Beckett? Page 23. Confronted by void, held senseless to weird tongue or to well tongue or pen. Sorry. Even one scratched word sins against speechlessness. To speak at all appalls silence. Quote. That's it. What do you think, Richie?
Cool, man. I know you always ask me. It's an interesting book there. Yeah. What year is that?
What year?
Yeah.
It was written 2002. No, it was written like in 2000, and it was published by 2002. And it was New and Selected Poems. I think that's like almost 2 decades ago. By Graham Duncan.
Cool, man. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Next week, or maybe a week or I'm gonna start marking. I'm gonna say about a milestone of 700, which I'm about to approach. So could be next Monday or in 2 weeks. So I'll keep you guys posted. All right. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and like my page on Facebook. Find Dan the Man's Weekly on YouTube. All right. Thanks a lot, everybody. Back to you, Richie.
Dan the Man. All right. Dig it. Sweet. Short and sweet. Cool piece, man. I dig it. Dan the Man's Weekly on YouTube. Follow, check it out. There's an episode where I was interviewed. It was cool. It was fun.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So yeah, thanks, man. Let's see. I got a couple peeps here. I'm looking at some of you guys who are here. I don't have you on the sign-up sheet, but if you want to perform, you don't have to hide either. I saw some of you guys like turn your camera off. It's fine. That's fine. If you didn't want to perform and just hang out, that's cool too. Let me know. I got a couple pieces I'll share. Oh, Nico. Okay, yeah. Let me get Nico Silva up in here. Nico, what's going on, my friend, my brother? How are you doing? Hold on. Let me turn on screen share for you.
Thanks so much.
Let's see. How are you doing today?
Really good, really good. I'm glad there's this Monday ritual that we all have.
That's right. And what was the foundation you created?
Oh, in text I put I already forgot the name of it, but the American Academy of Zoom Performance Hosting.
And that was where the donation. Appreciate that too. Yeah, I do have a little donation thing, like a virtual tip jar. So you appreciate it, you liked it at all. Anything helps. I pretty much any money I get from here, I kind of put it back into the open mic. So I have a fee that I pay every month for the professional Zoom account, so I can stream it and record it and all that stuff. And I'm not gonna like I said, I'm gonna expand. So I'm gonna try and get any of that stuff helps me. It's all self funded actually. So all right, yo, Nico, do your thing, man.
Okay, so I just wanted to promote two events that I think are super important. The first one, can you all see? Or Richie, can you see it?
I can, yeah, it's good.
Okay, great. Yeah, so the Centennial Museum and Insight Science Center do these really fun events called Nerd Nights. Obviously, pre-COVID, they were at places, and but they're still as fun, and sometimes even more fun because more people outside of El Paso can experience the fun of it. And this Friday, they'll be talking about dance. I can't promote exactly what they're doing because I didn't write it down, but if you like dance and you know people that like dance, you should definitely tell them about it. Something that really kind of, it sounds super not cliche, but super monumental or super, I don't even know what to say about it. But there was like my life before this performance, and then now there's life after this performance. It's like they got into my head and then put it into a digital performance, and it was really interesting. So Theater Me Through was founded by someone that is from El Paso, and it's based, I believe, in Brooklyn. And New York Theater Workshop is putting on Remnant, which I believe has iterations before this, but in its new all digital platform and interactive platform, it's really interesting. So go to New York Theater Workshop. I think it runs this week. I saw it today, and I think also in El Pasoan on Thursday is going to be a post-show talk, either host or someone that just talks about the piece with Theater Me Through. So the thing that I wanted to perform is literally a question. And some people think of thought experiments, and sometimes they can be offensive, sometimes they can get really scary, sometimes they can make you think about things that you wouldn't think otherwise if you didn't think a lot about it. But something that just came to my head today, and it's weird because I've been in healthcare for, I don't want to say that long, not as long as other people, but I've been in it so long. It's weird that it barely came to me. But I was wondering if we could, in our heads, don't shout or anything, but in our heads, compare and contrast black lung to coal miners with getting COVID as a healthcare worker. Obviously, you can compare and contrast that, but it just came to my head while driving, and I just wanted to offer that to the audience and offer that to the people that I appreciate, that keep writing, that keep doing. And I wanted to send all my love and good feelings to everyone trying to do their best right now, and I hope everyone has a great week.
Yeah, man. All right. That's yeah, that's a true thought. Like I wish more people like I mean, if you're following the news, like El Paso's getting national news now with COVID numbers, and I wish more people listen to the nurses, the people working the front line. And so it's an apt comparison of the people working and kind of getting sick and risking their lives. So thanks Nico for sharing that. And also for those things, man. Promoting those events. Christine, are you next? We got actually Gregory Speed, our good friend, wants to share a couple pieces. I always appreciate when you come through, and it's always nice to hear from you. How are you doing today? Oh, we got you muted.
Yeah.
There you go.
Hey, what's up, man? How you doing?
I'm excellent. Yeah, good to hear from
Cool.
you.
Yeah, thanks for the opportunity, as usual. I'm gonna read some short. I think something that I found on this in this book. Poets still smoldering. We no longer collide upon impact. Now we collect our embers to use as our jet fuel, fuel for the rainy days ahead. We collect embers now, waiting to be released, released on the rainy days, erasing the dark clouds away. Impact guaranteed suddenly. The scorched pages are hidden no more, smoldering still poets. Fortune cookies. Be tactful. Do not overlook your own opportunities. You are capable, competent, creative, careful, so go out and prove it. Wise men make more opportunities than they find. Alas, the onion you are eating is someone else's water lily. The joyfulness of a man prolongs his way. Your original ideas will get you well deserved recognition. And lastly, a celebration. Kudos to the dopest poets I've ever met, although it be virtually. Steel sharpening steel, spitting wordamentally free. Uncage, be, and free yourself in order to become whole again and do the will of the Most High, getting lifted higher than ever before, spreading our wings, taking flight as we establish our own free will, lifting us higher than ever before, mixing mud, making masterpieces. As poets love like stars from above, never listen to the murmurs, just make moves. Mix mud, making something that matters. Make moves, never listen to the murmurs. Mixing the mud, making masterpieces as we establish our own free will and do the will of the Most High. We spit flames through thought, spitting where they're mentally free, steel sharpening steel. Kudos to the dopest. Peace.
Yeah, Gregory, come on that fire, some words to inspire you. Cool, man. Do you have any social media anywhere we can follow you? Your words.
Um, you can follow me on Instagram at Grown Man Speed, all lowercase letters. You can follow me. You can friend me on Facebook, uh, Gregory Speed Senior. I have a book on Amazon, uh, hidden perfectly in plain sight, Gregory Speed. Um, and that is all.
Awesome. I've been singing all night, man. That is not all. That is everything. Yes, thank you, sir.
That is everything. Right on. That is everything. Thank you. I appreciate
Cool,
it.
man. Thank you. Glad you could join us as always. All you guys. I'm gonna say that for all you guys because it's true. Okay, cool. If you guys want to perform, let me know. I think we got mostly everyone. So I'm gonna probably end the night with some pieces. Uh, if that's fine. I got my looper again. I was trying to figure out some old pieces that I used to do. I have retired some pieces that I never perform that I probably haven't performed in over 5 or 6 years. So, um, yeah, like 2008, I started doing open mics, and I had a girlfriend invite me to a poetry slam, and I just went to go watch. Actually, I was just there in the crowd, and they needed more people, so I signed up. I don't know. I got peer pressured into it. I was, I'm very shy at heart in a way. If you guys can believe it, I don't think you can. Just because I throw myself into everything. That's just me being dumb. But yeah, I got peer pressured into signing up for the slam, and I ended up winning my very first time out. So that's crazy. So anyway, this is one of the pieces I used to perform all the time. It's one of my favorites. They called me. I was the jazz poet for a while, and then I became the cosmic poet, just because I love to talk about that stuff. So this one's called "Riffing on the Universe." All right, gotta make sure I'm not muted. Okay, cool. I've seen the best minds of my generation kicking it to that wild beat in that enigmatic glow of light. It felt just right, singing rhythmic signifiers into the ether of night. That's us, riffing on the universe. Because the world is more than just a stage. It's an open jam session for us to engage. It's a call for the soul to create and navigate around the maelstrom of meaning, bringing the point blank Promethean thunder and that metaphysical funk. You see? That's funk with a PH. And all the appropriate connotations attached. Of course, that leaves us ecstatic, emphatic, and karma chromatic. You see, it's metaphysical funk, that cosmic samba, that transcendental tango. It has many names, but the universe is alive, and it shakes its hips to our it shakes its hips to our rhythmic vibrations. You see, they say there are these savvy, savory strings, shredding savage, solo sublime symphonies at the subatomic level, surely. And so these Ouroboros structures are gyrating, pulsating, twisting, torquing, turning forward, backward, sideways, up, down, wiggling, jiggling, sizzling, all to a beat. But that's not all. You see, my closest approximations merely fall into realms of abstraction. It's like Flight of the Bumblebee, but on ecstasy, thumping away, thump, 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 to the heavy thump of all that is thumpness. That's bass, baby. So bob your heads, clap your hands, sway your hips, and tap your feet. That's me and you and him and her and them and us all moving to a beat. That's us, riffing on the universe. So bop and wail to the melodic cosmic strings and listen closely for the hidden beauty in things. That's us, riffing on the universe. Oh man, that's an old piece. I kind of stumbled around on that one. I'd forgot that was one of the first pieces I memorized and performed all the time. Turns out just like riding a bike, kind of stumbled around a little bit, but let's see. Maybe got another one. This is actually one of my newer ones. Some of you guys maybe haven't heard it. It has a lot of editing to be done, but I'm just trying to kind of feel out the feeling behind it first and see what works, what doesn't work. So it's a draft, and that's I think who shares that. And I'm feeling like hit right now. Like, why am I explaining all this? Let me just read it. All right. Last night the stars sang to me in the light of eons and eons beyond the space of understanding, standing under, over, in, on, at, around, and within. Last night, the stars sang to me, taught me that inspiration doesn't just live in timelines, holds no expiration dates, but dares to exist like a spark through the darkness, waiting to be ignited. Shh. Can you listen? Closely, can you hear it? We're talking relevance and retrospect, hence our introspective perspectives may come to be respected. It grows in the infinite, minute by minute, like lit wick. Tolerance to the entropy must be dictated. It must be. Mira, manifest this tequila into discarded coffee cups. Yes, the usefulness of a cup is its emptiness. It's its own kind of magic. It persists, perseveres, runs on and on and on. Spray paint sizzle of midnight mist. Flora y fauna A la vera y la verdad. The moon, she greets me like an old friend. And there's something to be said about those moments to reflect, taking that time to quiet things down and listen to the slowing down of your own breath, to your own heartbeat, that steady baseline of your heart thumping life force, while the night breeze paints the air around you like the moon greets me like an old friend, and the world's hurting, and I'm trying my best, and I realize that sometimes my best has to be better. 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 The thought repeats and repeats, gains steam, grows momentum, claims more land. Snakes throughout the cities in my head, synapses sparking, smoking, revealing that we still can't stop progress on a moving train of thought like tick, 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 bloom. All right. So there's that. Man, thanks for listening. My stuff's, I don't know, it's all over the place. I never really feel good about it, honestly, but just kind of go into the darkness. I'm gonna end with 2 love poems. One's a cover poem and one's my own, if that's cool. I don't know. What do you guys think? Should I do it? Let's see. I got the cheesiest flow. Let's see. I always start with that. I don't know why. It's my looper, by the way. Boom, boom. 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 See, I played connect the dots with your beauty marks, and I ended up with picture perfect sheet music. I read your musical notes with the composer's eyes and heard our song for the first time. My spine is still tingling. Mental images of your fine tunes would have been nodding my head to lately, and every now and then you can catch me humming your nudity under my heavy breath. I heavily suggest you resurrect your ancient neglected dust collector if you distrust the dissonance in my seldom plucked heartstrings. Sit stripped before your full length. Perform your reflection backwards. Maybe then you will understand the rhythm in my movement. Listen when the news is sent. Extend when the rules are bent. I'll be waiting to take your leave. Make me a victim of your two-step. Make me an apprentice to your body parts. Teach me to dance to your beauty marks. See, I'm stepping on toes here and I don't care. It's hopeless. It's hopeless. It's hopelessness, holding this openness to blow a kiss. So close your lips and don't get pissed and throw a fist at this vocalist. I'm not emotionless. In fact, I broke my wrist when I wrote the list of all those I miss. This is my poker face. Mr. Feel Nothing. Yeah. Mr. Feel Nothing. All right, last one. This is called Cosmic Love Brew. This is like my cheesiest love poem that I ever wrote. It's a love brew. It's been something in the works because love is something that takes in the work. It takes some brewing. I was lucky enough to perform this on our local NPR station back in the day, and I started with the caveat that my spirit animal is a quesadilla, and that's kind of appropriative. So my yeah, I don't know. So it's because I'm corny and cheesy. That's the point. Anyway, this one's called Cosmic Love Brew. A new kind of nostalgia is born from that lingering euphoria you swim in when meeting someone new. It's having a sense to know that between love and lust, I must be a little rusty. See, I had slowly forgotten about that gift of agony that's bound up in romance, naturally, the kind that slowly unwinds minds like playing chess with landmines. I admit it. My emotional entanglement began through the enchantment of ocular arsenry. When your words burned as bright as supernovae soliloquies, when you told me you loved the sound as it rolled off your tongue. Poetry. See, because a new kind of nostalgia is born when you dwell on that spell of possibility, and quite possibly pronouns are profound when I and I are pronounced as we, because who we be is free. See, I've been meaning to tell you, I've been meaning to tell you that I like my coffee like I like my women. Strong, which is never how I like to start off any sentence. But I've come to understand that the sentence can be a lonely place, just like this is. It's the kind of thing that leads us to say a lot of stupid, misguided things, but the heart it sings. And then you told me you love the way I express myself. Very poetic. The very incantations that send sensations of palpitations to permeate the bone and find a new home in these vocal vibrations. It makes me sing. All day, all day, all night, I dream of you. You see, I've got the kung fu hustle and the butterfly breeze as a symptom of that thing that makes us weak in the knees. Like proof rock, I'm paralyzed, purely dumbstruck, and just my luck, I'm lost in your eyes. See, my cosmically concussed consciousness occurs in the plight of pithy percussions, the repercussions of deflected discussions, reaped, wrought, and simply sought to be wrought. These simple words use caution, because to love is to be vulnerable. And damn it, we have been vulnerable. But that is not to say we would not, with winged words, fly straight into the sun a million times to give it a kiss. Like fire, like ice, when it's nice like this. Before our complete and utter destruction from the reality of a 10,000 degree PDA, what can I say because I would? See, I'm primitive, like human language, wandering aimlessly to be famously torn asunder in both chaotic bliss and cosmic wonder. It's no wonder that makes the shortest distance between us a glance and a smile. See, I dig your style, but I'm loving your intelligence. In a sense, I'm intense when I flirt with fate. I'll orchestrate straight up sense into meandering mumbles that fumble and spread out like broken love songs spilt across the Milky Way. Nothing to cry over, right? And so I spoke with the hope of a dope with smoke and mirrors. Damn, forgot my spot. This is what you get for memorizing your pieces and forgetting. Damn it, it's been so long since I've read this one. See, I dig your style, but I'll work straight. Okay. I'm restless in the sense in which we may dream about the nights when we can stay up late and percolate as we speculate on new stories for the stars, as we slowly learn to call them ours. And if we may become full after dying on poetry like fine wine, you can rest your head on my chest and hear my theme music. I want to know what makes you tick, tock, tick, tock, tick. See, I spoke with the hope of a dope with smoke and mirrors and left the rest left to error and to the terror when I attempt to recreate the thunder in your stolen glance and just by chance be a part of the spark that ignites your smile. But most of all, I want to unravel that universe hidden in your unique verse. It's what you do. You inspire, light fire in this Promethean heart. You see, because a new kind of nostalgia is born when you dwell on that spell of possibility. Okay, damn. That's it for me, guys. I don't know. I did too much. But if you stick around for the after party, I'm gonna freestyle some more nonsense. Just kidding. I think we got it. Yeah, Mr. Cassidy in the house, closing it up. So another edition of the Stay at Home mic. Much love to everyone who performed. So before we take off and end the live stream, much love if you're listening, if you're watching. Show some love in the comments. Leave a little love. Make sure you click like and subscribe if you haven't already. classic YouTube spiel, right? But for everyone here in the Zoom chat, if you guys want to, I encourage you guys, if you want to unmute, make some noise. You guys all killed it. Make some noise for each other and for the end of the show.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, Dan looks so excited there.
Kind of.
Cool, man. Yeah, much love. Appreciate it, guys. We're gonna go ahead and say goodbye to all of you beautiful people on YouTube. Again, if you want to be part of this in the future, look us up, Barbed Wire Open Mic Series, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. I usually put a sign-up sheet sometime during the week, midweek. This is every Monday, so we'd love to have you join us. Or if you just want to hang out, you can do that too. But for the live stream